Hi, first graders. Today we're going to do a little bit of a review for Unit 2, Lesson 15. Learning targets for today. I can read tricky words. I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story, King and Queen. I can complete spelling, tricky words, and noun activities. So here are some of our tricky words. And what I want you to do is I want you to get out a piece of paper or a whiteboard, and I want you to write down all of these tricky words on your paper. Go ahead and pause the video as you do this. Okay, now when I say a phrase or sentence that contains the tricky word, I want you to circle the tricky word that you hear. Oops, okay, let's get our phrases ready to go. Okay, tricky words. Okay, go ahead and circle the word they. Circle the word he. Circle the word in the phrase she walks, circle the word she. Circle the word you. Circle the word be. So now hold up your board so I can see it. Make sure you have all your tricky words. Hold up your paper or your board. Looks good, great job. Go ahead and pause the video and say those tricky words that you circled 2 times. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and read King and Queen. In the story Fuzz and Mel, Gran told Josh and Jen a tale to help them fall asleep. Today you will hear another one of Gran's tales. This one is about a king and a queen. Let's preview the vocabulary. Repeat after me. Sulk and mope. Say it after me. Slop. Odd. Drift off to sleep. Let's move this up so we can read it. Drift off to sleep. So sulk and mope means that you're mad about something. You're like, and you just act that way for a while. Oops. Let's go back. Slop. Slop means like a messy food that gets slop on your plate. Odd means something that's different or out of the ordinary. Drift off to sleep means that you're tired and you're slowly closing your eyes and falling into a deep sleep. Very good. What do you think might happen in Gran's tale about a king and a queen? Go ahead and pause the video and make a prediction. Listen carefully to learn about what happens in Gran's tale of a king and queen. Let's pull up our reader. Make it smaller. King and queen. Gran, says Josh, will you tell us a tale? Yes, says Jen. Tell the one where you had to scare off the mad hog. Here's the hog. It's another word for a pig. No, says Josh. Tell the one where you were on that ship in the wind and the waves. I will tell you a tale I made up, says Gran. Oh, excuse me. This is a tale of a king and his queen. Once there was a queen who felt sad. All she did was sulk and mope. The king felt sad that his wife was so sad. He made eggs to cheer up the queen, but the queen said that the eggs had a bad smell. Phew, I don't want those, she says. The king made a cake, but the queen didn't like it. The king made gumdrops, but the queen did not like them. By this time, the king was not sad. He was mad. He went back to the stove and made a pot of green slop. There, said the king said, this slop is not fit to feed the pigs. The queen will hate it. But so what? The king piled some slop on a plate and then gave the plate to the queen. The queen had a bite. She said, this is the best. Did she like the green slop? Jen asks. Yep, says Gran. That was an odd tale, says Jen. Odd but fun, says Josh. Gran tucks the kids in. Then Josh and Jen drift off to sleep. Interesting. So was that a fiction fake story, thumbs down, that Gran told? Or was that a real life story, thumbs up? I think it was fiction fake because she said she made up a story for the night. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and talk with a partner next to you about the discussion questions. Feel free to pause the video while you're talking. Were there any parts of the story that were confusing to you? How does the queen feel at the beginning of the story? What does she do that shows she is sad? Why do you think she feels this way? What does the king try to do to cheer up the queen? Does it work? The king decides to make her green slop. Does he think the queen will like it? What do Josh and Jen do after listening to one of Gran's tales? Do you think Gran enjoys telling tales? Why or why not? Okay, let's take a look really quickly at this activity. On the Google form for the questions today, you're going to answer questions about tricky words, but also about short vowels and long vowels. And we've been talking about the magic E, so I'm going to show you something really quickly. So, cut is how you sound out that word. Our vowel is the U, and this is a short vowel sound. Short U says say Very good. Now, this is the tricky part. When we add our magic E at Kalamazam, it turns our short vowel into a long vowel sound. And the long vowel sound is the one that says its name. This is the letter U, so the name of this sound is also U. It goes from cut as a short vowel, magic E turns it into cute as a long vowel. Let's try another one. Ooh, a word from the story today. Perfect. Okay, say mop. P. The short vowel sound is ah. Say ah. But tricky enough, when we add our magic E, alakazam, our short vowel ah turns to the long vowel sound o. Say o. So now we have mope. And the magic E is silent. We don't say that sound at all. Let's try another one. Tub. Say tub. Beautiful. B. Short U says Now, tricky enough. Magic E, alakazam. It turns our short vowel into the long vowel sound, which is ooh, U. It's kind of like U because the letter is U. Tube. Very good. Over here, we have the short vowels, Over here, we have the long vowel sounds because of our magic E. Ooh, ooh. Very good. Give yourself a silent round of applause. Go ahead and answer the Google form question.